I'm just throwing
Okay.
it in his bag.
No,
Okay.
Mitchell,
From his
Mitchell,
bag.
you're bad at blood. You shouldn't be CLS.
Off comms one, Mike. Go
Okay,
Mr.
Yeah.
Icy.
you might be right
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
All right, I just threw the sticks in your fucking bag, Falter.
Cool. Keep them, Falter. Sorry about that, Tabor.
No, it's fine. I won't lose any sleep over it.
Yeah, same here, man.
No problem.
You saying the F is going on?
Yeah,
It's horrible.
push yellow in team management when you get a chance to.
Fucking do it, dude. Just fucking send it.
Fucking send it.
I have blue kids
Sergeant
coming
Carroll.
to
Yeah,
my
Ephraim.
department, so I try to say
Sergeant
things like,
Munson.
"Oh shoot."
Are you guys ready?
We are ready.
Okay, I'm gonna give
Alpha
you
is green to go.
your mission.
Bravo is
Roger.
green.
Are we conditioned tree?
Roger.
Yeah, I don't know if
C.
this is an aux app, so
It's a
I
normal
kind of just
training.
winging it.
Normal
Okay,
training.
normal training. Never mind. Yeah, condition 4.
Oh, what the f?
But we're on
No,
a
we're-
deployment map.
Yeah, we're in country.
Yeah,
so
we're in
this is-
country, so you're conditioned.
Yeah, that was a mistake on my part.
Your
So,
condition 3.
Which is
That's
Safety on.
magazine
Mag
and
in,
safety
safety
on.
on.
Mag in, safety
let me
on.
get my load up.
I fucking took my magazine out of my weapon 5 times.
Just make sure you have your safety on.
Yeah.
All right. So, couple things. First thing is, yeah, we're on the deployment map. That was not a mistake. We should be on it. Unless I'm doing an aux op or something. But we kind of got the semi go ahead to use it anyway for time. But in addition to that, today's mission is going to be a ambush, as well as a raid after that ambush. So, if you look at your maps, I marked a position in the road, which should give you the best position to conduct the ambush at 067024. It's just basically that road goes right through a saddle. And so your best bet is try to find some hard cover on each side of the saddle, or, wherever you can, where they can't see you from the north, and, maybe set det and your ambush so your firing lines are all focused on that saddle. That's probably your best bet. But I'll leave it up to Sergeant Carroll and 1-6 to kind of coordinate what the terrain looks like once you guys actually get there. Specialist Falter?
Thank you, Sergeant. I'm being serious when I ask this. Can we also have some type of counter strike?
What do you mean?
When we after we do the ambush and we go do the raid, can we have to end it? Can we have some type of counterattack?
Oh, gotcha. That's what you meant.
I mean, no.
Okay.
I mean, sort of. I mean, it's a raid. So
I just wanted to ask and throw it out there right now, since that's what I always want.
So it's a raid. So
yeah, it's not a
so-
assault.
right. So the whole idea is to get in and out as quickly and safely, I guess, as possible, and conduct whatever mission you need to do in that area, and then GTFO.
Oh, fair enough. I forgot about raid
I mean, if you
definition
want
wise.
me to quote unquote attack you with 10 BMPs to make you displace, I mean, I can do that, but you need to get the fuck out. So I don't want to have to do that. So please get out.
Fair enough.
Roger.
Yeah. So basically, the raid you're going to be conducting after that is you're going to be hitting their ammunition stores that they're trying to transport south. That's the whole ethos of this whole thing, is they're trying to use this route to transport munitions and soldiers south to conduct a assault on our air base. So they're going to be funneling that stuff in from a couple of sites in the Uruguay Valley. So you're going to kind of check. Give me a straight line. There we go. You're going to kind of check something like that area for the ammunition, and you are going to destroy it and get out. In addition, if you see any like vehicles or anything like that in the area, blow those up. But that's where they seem to be funneling their ammunition from, and then they're getting it in this town and driving it around from there. So as far as the town goes, There may be some light forces in the town, but I don't want you to go any further north because that area is even more heavily occupied by OPFOR. There should be no civilians, but of course, check your fire as always. And that's about it. Once you take out the ammunition cache and conduct your raid, you're going to pull out basically the way you came, if that's viable. If it's not, then we'll work it out in the field.
Roger.
Cup.
All right. As far as the convoy composition, it is expected to have 1-piece medium armor, 2-piece mechanized, and several motorized.
Copy.
Roger. I have one question, Sergeant.
Yes.
By the time, or from the time we get it to the AO, how long do we have before this convoy comes rolling?
I'll give you time to set up. I mean,
Okay.
let's be real. I mean, it's training, so
Yeah,
I'll
Roger.
I'll try not to have you guys fail unless you do something ridiculous. So, I'll give you a heads up when it's on the move, but I want you guys just to think about it and get it set up. And the whole reason I wanted to do this was because of our platoon training. There's a mix-up with commander's intent, and that was my fault. And so it could have compromised the mission because of that issue. And so what I want is to do something where commander's intent is really important, which is an ambush. It's really important that you pull it off correctly, you stay in concealment, all that stuff. You need to follow all that stuff to a T, otherwise stuff can go wrong. And so that was the whole objective and why I wanted Captain Drumheller to run as 1-6, so he can guide you and give you information and help you along the way, and then also give you that, what to do next kind of thing and how to do it. And so I want you guys to follow that and listen to it to a T and execute to a T, so we don't have that issue. And then of course you'll conduct the raid and GTFO, and that's about it. Any questions?
Speak up.
Yeah, go for it, Sergeant Arch.
Do we have an insert point, or are we taking Vicks?
I will. I don't think a Vic would be helpful in that terrain, so I will give you an LZ. I'm probably gonna pop you down.
That works.
Somewhere. I'll let you know here in a minute.
And is that also where we are to go after we finish dealing with the town in the valley?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
Thanks,
basically
Arvin.
backtracking.
Yep. Unless you get displaced by something, yeah, that's gonna be the plan. So I'm gonna probably insert you. Let's see here. Where's the best spot? Probably out to the west a little bit. I'll mark it here shortly.
So how much of this do you want me to be taking point on? Like, do you want me to let you guys make your own plan and then be like, no, this is what's wrong with it? Or do you want me to...
I was going to ask the exact same question.
Do you want me to just make the plan and have you guys execute it?
Make the plan and have them execute it, just like a normal squad, and then have them, give them a little bit of rain to fuck up a little bit. And,
Rip.
All right. So I guess my first this convoy's coming from north to south, right?
Correct.
So my first question is, where are we going to set up the ambush? I guess this can be the classroom portion.
More than likely on the western downslope of that hill.
Hill right in this area.
I marked the X where I thought the best position would be. Now you can adjust that if necessary.
Well, if this is the ambush zone, where are we going to ambush from? This is classroom. Like I'm trying to get you guys.
It's basically a funnel between that saddle.
Yeah, I would like to look at the area first before I make that decision, because
just from the map here.
This ridge line could look pretty nice right here.
All right.
We have major fire superiority.
Either the eastern or the western downslope. Just depends. I'm not going to split the squad.
This looks pretty steep.
So what about What about trying to be back here,
That's
and
what I
then
was
the
saying.
whole convoy is coming down, and it's
And we could have
seeing
a-
us in this area while we're trying to set up for the ambush? Why not come in from the east instead and use
It's
this
a lower
hilltop?
elevation.
It's a
It's
lower
lower,
elevation, but is that going to make a difference for ambushing a convoy?
I mean, I've never shot up, but
We're not shooting up, we're shooting down regardless of which side of the saddle
Yeah.
we're on. Oh, it is a lower
Negative,
elevation.
it is down slope.
1715
Yeah, it's
is
down slope,
lower.
yeah.
I did not see
It
that.
is down
All right.
slope, yeah. It's a weird, because this is still a hilltop, but it just divots right here.
That's not a hilltop. That's a hole.
Bowl.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's weird, because this is
well,
low,
it's like a
and then this is high,
plateau.
and this is
Okay.
high.
All right.
Our other option would be
There is a small
really,
draw
yeah.
right here. That's what I was saying.
All right.
It's probably
Exactly.
Yep.
If we're on the south side of that hill, it'd be covered.
So in that case, you'll have to stay inside
Somewhere
of
in that
that
box, yeah.
inside of that spot, because you have to make sure you're covered from the north, and you have to be covered from the east as well.
Right. And this looks like probably a cliff face of some sort, because there's a bunch of rocks over here. So I figured there's going to be some. If there's no visible sight line on the road, then we're going to have to displace.
Could we move the ambush point over to this area here?
Mm-hmm.
That way we're working from this plateau up here. That way we're
It's
covered
not a
up.
plateau.
it's a bowl.
Up point.
It's hard. That's hard to tell. That's fucking weird. I didn't even see that
Yeah.
was lower
If
elevation
you don't go in enough,
before I
if you don't
zoomed
look
in.
hard
Yep.
enough,
It
yep,
looked like it was two hilltops with a saddle in between.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll try to keep it in that box like you guys said, and hit the ambush
that's
from
pretty
this
good.
area.
Well,
And that is super close, guys. That's handgun
That's like
range.
50 meters.
Like you can throw knives from that distance and kill people.
Yep. That is 50 meters about.
What I want to do when we set this thing up is we'll take a demo block from each team, and we'll do our absolute best to blow the first Vic, and then blow the last Vic, so we box them, and then I'll have our AT hit the medium and the light armor, and we'll go from there and we'll see what happens.
I was thinking
So what do
demo
we
block for
mean
the
by
Vic and then
medium and light armor? We've only got an AT4 and M72.
I'm assuming medium is a BMP or
Yeah, I'm
One
sure
X,
that's
one X BMP, and
That's,
then several gases.
Yeah, so you just
We have no guarantee that even with all of our armor that it's going to blow up that BMP. And if we try to plant C4 on the road and miss it, then we're pretty well fucked.
You better hit your shot.
Yeah, that's
that's
yep.
really like Murphy's Law. I mean, there's no way we're gonna be able to
I'm gonna
plan around that, because the minute we blow that first block, shit's gonna hit the fan and the plan's gonna go out the window.
Then that's here's another teaching moment, right? Use the fucking BMP as your set off. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Right.
Where are they going to put the BMP?
What if
Probably in
it
the
spots
front or the
us?
back. Don't get spotted.
Is this so?
That's a good one, funny joke.
I mean, either way, that's all I'm saying is this is what I would do. And Captain, please correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, use the BMP as your kind of
Set off, yeah.
your set off point, and just blow the demo right when it gets over it. The rest of it, yes, it's convenient if the demo hits it, but the rest of it you can kill. The BMP is going to be the tough nut to crack, so use your demo on that. Specialist ultimate.
Thank you, Sergeant. I was just wondering, to hide from them coming from north, this spot right here, I don't know if that's what we actually affirmed on where we're
on
gonna.
the downslope and shoot this way when we get around that
what
bend.
we're gonna be doing.
So we're hiding from the BMP. The demo's set. We know the
Bullet
spot.
gets right here.
And then, yeah, like
It's all
that-
situational,
That's
obviously,
that's
but-
just honestly my question. I don't know if that's the right way to go about it or not.
that's what I was kind of thinking. This area over here for the actual ambush would be better because then we're covering all this approach.
The only part is that they will. This is going up here, and then it starts to go down here. So right around here is the high point, and then everything after that is down, and everything past that is
over here,
down.
we're gonna be looking up at it.
Right. Because so
Why
we
not?
can't really engage from over here.
Why not to the south where the road snakes and there's 100-meter or so elevation between where the convoy is going to be condensed, and we can have better effect on our det, and we can have better infilade on the convoy.
Well, the convoy's going to have to
Wonderful.
slow down a lot to get around this first
Get
bend.
around those curves.
So
Isn't that good? Isn't that a good thing though?
yes.
Yeah, these are basically.
That's why this is a
what
good
you're talking about
spot.
is-
When the convoy's going to have to slow down to get around this first curve, so they're going to be all laid out behind whatever the lead Vic is. The thing I was trying to address is a BMP for a squad that can't reliably kill a BMP is a pretty tall order. That's not a mission I would send a squad on. If it's going to be something as big as a BMP, that's something for a Maul's team.
How about a BTR?
Yeah, BTR would be fine because we have
Make it an ADL.
2 weapon systems that can kill it, as well as the C4 strike that can kill it.
I'm gonna shock you here, but the law
And,
for whatever reason does do good against the BMP for whatever reason.
That's an ArmA thing. That's not necessarily, and it's not 100%. Like, we're talking about having to execute something perfectly with a squad versus, you know, if it was a weapons, if there was a weapons team, then they can miss a couple of shots or they can take repeated shots, and we can't. So that's something to think about for a squad-based objective. And we sort of went over that at the last training. Like that was someone else's platoon training, but it was too much armor for what they had to counter it with. And a BMP itself is almost too much armor. I'm not saying we can't do it like that. If it's in the lead, we don't get spotted, we hit it with that first C4 block, it goes sky high. That's great. But what if? Like if I looked at a mission like that and it's like I'm sending a squad out on that as a platoon leader, I'm gonna be like, no, we need to at least supplement them with a weapons team. BTR, I'd say yeah, okay.
All right, I'll supplement it for a BTR 80 Alpha, so you can still get murked by it if you're dumb, and then you can kill it. So.
Copy. So as of right now, our situation is going to be we're going to look to strike from here on the south side. My only concern is that that's going to be a little too close because when they come around that bend, they could pretty much wipe us out right there, and there's nowhere to go from here.
But technically, they're not looking that way, right?
Yeah, they're not. They're going to be looking all down this way.
Well, we're about to find out.
And I say, like he said, they're going to slow down around this bend right here. So once he slows down, put the C4,
somewhere around the bend.
Yeah, the C4 like right here. When it goes to slow down, that gives you a better opportunity to hit it. And then once it hit it, everything's gonna fucking back up and freak out, and that's when we fuck them up.
That puts them like 200 meters out. Am I reading that right?
Just about. A little less, yeah.
That's for the lead Vic. You got to think about all the other Vics that are going to be behind it, right up in front of us.
The convoy is pretty spaced out usually.
If we could get them in an L, that would be fucking almost perfect.
Here and here.
But the L is going to be.
I have a Aries question real quick. Do you want to put them in column or file for this? Because it being kind of retarded in the file right now.
Whichever one works better for you. Whichever one gets them moving.
Yeah, I find that the column works better usually. Some file, they get backed up and start fucking rear-ending each other.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this much. No guarantee the BTR is gonna be in any specific spot because that's the one being the redheaded stepchild right now. Okay. But anyway, I think you guys will figure it out.
Cool.
Yep.
So, any last questions before?
Just need a drop zone.
Negative.
I marked it on the map, so.
You're good.
Alright, I'm ready.
Alright, go ahead and step off whenever you're ready. I'll get my radios tuned.
Alright, let's get it.
Alright, you're plugged check.
Lock and load.
Check.
If you need anything, just call Aries.
Let me know when you hit the ground.
Teleport to LZ in the flagpole.
Got one that you want to be on.
Let me know when you
Fault is on the ground.
Hey, from Mitchell Tabor's on the deck looking north.
Let me know when you're here.
Grabbing northwest then.
Nibs is here.
We got a hike.
Look at northeast or northwest. Sorry.
Copy.
Alright, is everybody here?
Yep, Alpha's all here.
Bravo's all here. Actual, did you get my message?
Negative.
Grab 2 extra debt blocks.
Hey Grover, when we get up there, I'll pre-site the fucking road for your law.
You can't do that.
Different.
Cannot do that, guys. You can't carry fucking gear past what you're authorized to carry.
It's 2 max, right?
2 max per team leader.
Affirm.
Let me have him. I got him.
Take him.
Captain, are you on 110.1?
Yes.
Copy. Straight east. Alright, we're gonna
Hey,
leave
for a moment.
formation. Let's get a wedge going east.
1-6, Archer, checkpoint 1.
Falling behind Alpha.
Hey, for
Roger on point 1.
Copy out.
Heavy left for now.
1-2, this is 1-6.
We rolling diamond.
Simple 1-2.
Affirm.
See your guys moving, but you didn't send anything up.
We are moving direct east this time.
Roger, I'll follow the squad.
I'm taking her.
Roger that, 1-2 out.
Bravo's moving 089. I'm bringing up
1-6 out.
You got your plugs?
Diamonds are forever.
Good movie.
What's the one James Bond that's not good? He only did one.
George Lazenby.
Her Majesty's Secret Service.
No, that's the first one. It's License to Kill. That's what Timothy Dalton is a loser.
No, he did 3 movies. License to Kill is the one with the bad guy from Dune, right?
Wait, Dalton did 3 of them?
Yeah.
I always thought he only did one.
Just a little bit more. 1-0. 1-1-2. Probably gonna move on to
1-6 is 1-2. We're cutting a little south, then we're gonna hang it back east to stay off Skyline. Over.
1-6 copies.
Copy.
Station that initiates the call ends the call. So if I start it, you let me out. If you start the call, you out.
1-2 copies, 1-2 out.
Alpha, can you go to a slow walk for a moment? 30 CS. Alpha's gonna slow up so you can catch up with us, Grover. Alpha Bravo, you're all good. Send your mic.
you doing, Tater? You hydrated?
I'm sucking wind, but I'm managing.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, with my kids.
That is. That might be the nastiest thing I've ever heard.
Hey, you're welcome.
I like paper. Keep it. You don't have to spot.
Oh, that's right. We got Beaver.
Alpha's
Where you
got
going?
out to the northeast. We're gonna kind of stick up here this ridge line here and take a peek out.
Are we going dicks in the dirt?
Yeah, stay low for right now. You don't have to go totally in the dirt.
So 1-2 short halting.
Hey,
These
Farm.
racks here. Come on, you go over.
Alright, so it's
Pushing out a little bit
pretty
more to
much
the
right
east.
there in the road. Yeah, and it comes from up there. And it snakes down. So what it looks like is that there's some rocks right there. Is that the road right in front of it? Yeah, it is.
I can't tell really.
Yeah, it looks kind of retarded to me.
Look, hang on.
About that.
Yeah, A-firm.
That is the road?
It looks like it goes out to the right. Yeah, I can't fucking tell from here. Let me take my binos out.
If that's the road, we're in a fucking shitty ass.
No, you see, that's the hilltop.
Yeah, A-firm. You see the road?
Is that not the road?
The road doesn't look like it's fucking even there.
The road's gonna be on the reverse.
It's on the opposite side of the ridge.
It's over here, right?
On the opposite side.
Oh.
Jacob,
Oh yeah. We're in defilade right now.
Hey,
For a
bring
minute,
us out to that hill bearing about 065. Right
yeah.
there.
Copy.
Go ahead.
Alright. Alpha's Oscar Mike 065. Alright, we're gonna be moving 065 time now, taking the point again.
Or 1-2's Oscar Mike bearing 065. Over.
Let's move.
Alright, we're moving to
1-6 copies.
Yeah, 1-2 out.
I'm moving.
A-firm left heavy. Alright, we're picking it up.
No. Okay. Yeah, just stick behind him. It's good. I'll just run to you.
Munched up here a little bit.
Alright, we're caught up, fellas.
Copy. Copy. Yeah, I couldn't really see the road definitively from that pause.
Sorry about that. Call that down.
Set up in this row here, about 050.
They're going for that next hilltop.
Bravo's bunking up on us.
Hold tight for just a moment. Quick hold.
Probably make sure you guys are hanging back. We're kind of undermoving right now.
Hey, bro, I'm just calling the short haul for a green team.
We're kind of pressed up over here. It looks kind of fucking shoddy over here.
Holding circle.
Give
1-2's
CLS.
gonna take another short halt at the top of the ridge line.
Negative.
Roger.
We're holding.
Go pull CLS off the medic.
So. Roger.
Here I am.
The road is like on the other side of this ridge.
Right there.
Either right there or up more. Cause that's
There
the
you go.
pole. That's the pole. That's the stupid looking thing that Captain got confused by. And
Alpha Bravo's moving over towards you.
it does not technically have elevation on the road.
Yeah, we'll move to the top.
I had
Still not cheap.
for the first time. Pretty good.
Copy.
Dude, imagine it tastes like tar.
No, it's pretty good.
So you move out 030.
Alpha, get ready to move. We're moving
Copy
025
030.
Behind Alpha.
1-2's Oscar Mike roughly 030.
Don't worry too much about
Bravo's bringing up behind.
1-6 copies.
1-2 out.
They could build a road here, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought the road was. I thought it was right fucking here. Like retarded.
I agree, you're retarded.
Got him.
Alright, the road is just to our east right about now. Our actual planned strike point is that northern wall. We're gonna move uphill like another 100 meters.
I'm like 10 meters behind Alpha there.
Yeah, I'm right on your 6, River.
This is 1-2. We're at the ambush point. We're gonna go ahead and get set up. Over.
Roger, how does it look?
Unknown at this time. Give me about 2 or 3 mics, and I'll let you know what the situation is. Over.
1-6 copies.
1-2 out.
Spread out a little bit, see if we can get some eyes out on there. We're gonna see push up.
It's gonna be back to our right here.
Yeah, to the southeast.
It's gonna work here if we lay down here.
Bravo's checking out to the southeast.
Yeah, I think this will work here. I think this will work over here. Bro, I'm gonna chill right here in this little fucking divot.
Never.
We got great eyes. Bravo's got great eyes on this little snake turret here.
Yeah, what's up?
What about that hole from right here?
Thank you. Who is that? Who pointed over at those rocks?
I did.
Mitchell.
Yeah, anything from here to the other end's gonna be within 150 to
Mitchell, what do you think about those rocks?
That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to point at. Right there.
They look about 300 meters away.
I'm gonna put a small little barricade here.
Those rocks look like a much better ambush position than this spot.
This is what I was saying back.
Hey, for we need to go ahead and move a squad over there.
Yeah.
Those rocks over there.
Yeah.
We still got defilade from all these hills back behind us.
Should be able to.
We can set up behind those rocks, and we've got a clear shot over this whole curve, all the way up into this curve down here.
Moving over to that other position.
Roger.
Just in front of that, like, curve in the road. Roger.
Roger. Good call, Mitchell.
Also, we're basically gonna punch him right in the face.
1-2's Oscar Mike to those rocks.
One 6 copies.
1-2 out.
Roger that. It's all about getting actual eyes on it, eh? Grover and I are about to get some premium real estate.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, our first one's over. It's like a land rush in the fucking 1600s. No, this is the one, I think.
Yeah, I know, you're right about that.
What do we got here?
What's to that further there?
Right there. It's 142.
Yeah, this is way better.
Havoc 1, this Aries.
This is one's in traffic.
Be advised, convoy is Oscar Mike. You have roughly 3 mics. Over.
Havoc 1 copies.
Aries out.
1-2, you need to get your guys arrayed here from west to east. If you're going to get C4 on that road, get them planted, get them quick. Make sure you save at least one.
1-2 copies. We're putting down the C4 time now.
No, we should have maybe stayed back there for fucking better intel.
Alpha copies. I'm relaying to my guys right now. All right, get slightly more east and get set up downhill. Try to get eyes on the road.
So we don't kind of put up demo.
I'm gonna put up demo, but you guys got to get set somewhere in these rocks over here.
All right, copy that.
Alpha's coming to your pod right now. You want me to set up blocks that towards one of the
I think we're just outside the range of us getting hurt by our own 40s.
Well, I mean, don't shoot them at stuff that close. Shoot them at the stuff that's further away.
Yeah.
So get behind a rock. If you need to set up something, we need to like take the cover so they don't see us as soon as they come down that hillside. We need to be hidden.
Somebody get set up at this fucking juicy rock. I'm gonna set my demo somewhere right here.
He needs to hurry and get that demo set. We said 3 minutes, 2 minutes ago.
Needs to be real quick. They're coming soon.
Roger that.
Alright, get your guys down below this defilade. Make sure the guy with that fucking point demo block has eyes on it. And have him... use your discretion. Have him popping on either the first vehicle or on the heaviest vehicle. Depending on where it is.
Roger, we're gonna pop it on the heaviest.
You got a good spot there?
Roger, make sure your squad is deployed to capitalize. Alright, let's go up to the top of this fucking hill over here. We're not going to have the best eyes, but we can give a little bit of forewarning on the fucking advancement. I'm moving myself up west to the peak of the hilltop over here to give you guys a little bit of recon.
1-2 copies.
Stay behind defilade.
Alright, where's the road?
To the curver.
Stand by. Surface at the bend of the road.
Stand for 1-2.
149.
From sight in 150.
Looks fucking retarded.
Roger.
Walter, I'm hearing word that you're out in the open.
I'm literally laying down in my
A-firm. I got Munson calling down saying you're out in the open.
I guess I don't know how that is, but alright.
And they're saying Ixnay, the 86 trenches. You know, say Paco. I'm just calling them.
Get these guys who are up on this west to fall back south and push east with the other team. They're too far out there.
Send again for 1-2.
Have these guys that are up here on the left flank fall back and push up with the rest of the guys on the east. Use that big U-bend for the bulk of the ambush. You have eyes up both sides of that bend right there. Further to the east.
Roger that, I'm moving in time now.
Bitch, I'm just moving over here so they can't see when they come around that
One,
corner.
this is Aries.
Come on, pull back this way.
This is one's in traffic.
Moving to you.
Convoy
Crossing your line.
is at least 200 to 300 meters away and closing.
One copy is break. 1-2, you heard that. Get your guys down. How copy 1-2?
What are we doing?
1-2 copies.
1-6 out.
Alright, 174. Hit that first exposure.
174.
Eyes on the BMP. It's about to round this little
1-2 has eyes on the
here.
the convoy coming down.
Northwest.
Cross clear.
Yeah, you're good, Hammer. There we go, engaging off the first step.
You can't let that vehicle get around to the east on that road.
1-2 copies.
200 to the curve.
Transport trucks just coming into view now.
200, aim low center, basically. Stopping.
If you have to blow that what was that first Vic? I didn't get eyes on it.
First Vic was
I believe it's the VTR.
80 Alpha, second was the Gaz, and now we got
If you need
the
to pop it and then push through the trucks, that's fine, but don't let it get away.
Roger that.
They got a G guys bring up the rear of the convoy. 80 Alpha up front.
Yeah, this rocket's going out to the front, so
I would. Okay.
Infantry is dismounting the trucks.
Infantry is dismounting the trucks apparently.
And they popped smoke.
1-2 copies. Be advised, we've initiated the ambush. I believe the VTR is dismounting.
I'm on your right, I'm on your right.
Copy.
Alright, let's follow, fucking move east with the rest of the squad.
Roger.
Watch your left, you're getting shot at from the left! Get cover from the left!
1-6 is 1-2. We've taken out the first 3 Vics, and I'm going to start moving my guys up west and then north to take out the stragglers. Over.
1-6
I don't know
copies.
about the driver though.
1-2 out.
The range to that.
Actually, hit
250.
that or something.
Contact on this fucking Ural.
Make sure the driver of that second gas is down. It looks like he might disregard.
Roger.
I'm peeling off.
Alpha's looking that way.
Okay, copy.
West. Oh, 9 this fucking ridge line. Danger close on the
further. Let's go.
Alright, we're gonna be moving west. We're gonna try to wrap on these guys. We're moving. There's a guy right fucking.
Very good.
Full screen.
Bro, this transport's unloaded.
Alright, getting these rocks right on my paws.
Here.
Down.
Okay, copy.
Solid copy. Yeah, push up to the road.
1-6, 1-2.
Send it.
I I'm gonna start moving 1-2 out up to the northwest on top of that hilltop, and then once we clear the area, we'll start moving the secondary objective over.
Looks like the majority of these guys are wasted.
Roger, what's the status on the demo? Did you pop all the blocks or did you leave some on the ground?
Negative. One's still up.
One's still on the ground. Should we go pick it up?
I want you to pick it up and put it on these GAZs. Move the GAZs. I'll move the close one up to the further one, and then we're gonna plant demo on them both.
1-2 copies.
Nibs. Yellow team, you can say their Nibs come with me.
No, 1-2 out.
So we're gonna go that.
Hey, friend, I'm gonna go get it.
You have HEDP? Be advised, I'm gonna attempt to get the BTR to go catastrophic with the AGS-30.
Roger that.
Let me know when you guys are clear of it. Mount up on the gun. I'm gonna pull us back, and once they're clear of it, I want you to light that beat. There's an ND. I want you to light up the fucking BTR with the AGS-30 once they're clear of it.
Copy.
I'll let you know when we're clear. It'll be just about a mic.
Roger. Never mind. I'm just gonna hit it with this RPG instead.
1-2
to guarantee it.
Can we pick the demo blocks up?
Yeah, affirmative.
How?
Interact with them. Same way you put them down. Is it not working?
Negative, that's not working.
Alright, go ahead and... I'll move this GAZ over it, put your other demo block on the GAZ further upslope, and I'll use this RPG to take out the fucking BTR up there the rest of the way.
Roger, I'm gonna go ahead and pull everybody northwest, get them clear.
I'll back up. If you see an RPG, disregard. Just... Actually, stand by. Go ahead and hop out here and move up slope west.
Set.
Okay. I'm gonna move up to that little hilltop and take a shot with that RPG, and then we need to get the fuck out of here. Do it from up there. Interrogative, how much of your AT do you have left? How many shots did you take on the BTR?
Stand by. We have 1 times AT4.
Roger. Roger. 106. Clear back blast.
You clear.
Rocket. Was that a good hit?
Yep, it impacted the top.
Alright.
1-6 interrogative. Do you want us to set demo on the second gas up here?
Yeah, affirmative. We need to get out of here, so go ahead and use that other block. Or actually grab one of the fucking RPGs out of the back of it. And use it. And then let's get the fuck out of here. We've been here too long.
Roger that. We're going to save the demo block and I'll use the RPG.
And go ahead and pop that other demo on the eastern gas. How are we moving? Let's push straight north. Fucking east. One two one six interrogative. What direction are you going towards the next section of the AO?
Let's take a short halt.
This is 1-2. We're gonna head straight north.
All right, 1-6 copies. Let's go ahead and
Below
push
each other, guys,
across
not
the
now.
street.
Roger.
Copy.
Off comes Tshirt.
Let's wait right down here.
One two's Oscar Mike to the north time now.
Ready. Alpha moving north.
Copies, rush for Mike.
Behind Alpha. Bravo falling behind you, Alpha.
It's fucking hot out here.
It is hot out here.
Alright, let's roll. Wow, that was some imagery.
Actually, Alpha, hook it a bit to the northeast. Let's use that ridge line, and let's walk that ridge line as far as we can until we have to go
I got
down.
eyes on it. We're gonna shift northeast 055. Reference that pretty.
1-2's gonna shift northeast, and we're basically gonna follow that ridge line all the way down into the objective. Over.
1-6 copies.
1-2 out.
Affirm. Short halt. We're moving.
Which ridge line? I guess that ridge line. Or this ridge line.
You want us to wrap around the face of this big ridge line? Or the one that we're on right now? Copy. Good eyes.
I'm off comms 1 mic.
Copy.
I shot the gunner on the gas. I don't think I got him though. And then when those guns are dangerous close, I think I took down like 2 of them. Yeah, that's what's up.
Euro, go to your right a little bit.
Make sure you're not skylining over here.
I don't care about the skyline. I just want to spread out a little bit. But the skyline's a good thing also. All right, keep moving.
I've been frickin' grinding meat like a goddamn Swedish chef, man.
You know what I never thought I'd use that we have for that is the vegetable slicer. It's amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's on my
list of things to do. So
the pasta maker is still effing expensive, and I'd love to do that, but we got the vegetable slicer and I have the grinder as well. They're fantastic.
by the slicer, you mean the one that cuts sheets?
No, it cuts. It like shreds. It's like a shredder.
Ah, okay.
Like,
See,
like
I
if
got,
you were
I got
like
my eyes on the one that cuts sheets, and I'm gonna try to do a potato lasagna.
Ooh. Coming over your house.
Yeah, I gotta.
Actually, me and Mitchell are the old guys, so.
Oh, that makes sense.
Walter's the young guy.
Barely.
I'm only 24, so.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, you're definitely with the old guys there, Tabor.
Oh, jeez. Here we go. More old fart jokes.
Yeah, apparently Bravo is basically the old guys except for Carol, so.
Carol?
Yeah, pretty much.
The only thing that holds him back is like just the mind of like a 12-year-old. Don't worry, I talk shit to him all the time. He'll understand.
Who are we talking shit about now?
Carol.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is 1-2 shifting north. We're gonna stay on the eastern side of this hilltop to avoid skylining over.
1-6 copies.
1-2 out.
Coming for you, bad guys.
All right, Bravo's coming around the bend here, up behind Alpha.
Oh yeah, that's shit.
You guys are also good on ammo. I know we're black on AT, but everything else green.
Oh yeah.
Hey, fair.
Copy.
Actual Bravo, in case I didn't say it already, Bravo's black on AT, but we're green across the board on everything else.
It is so hot.
How hot is it?
Fucking Africa hot.
It's like the worst humidity I've ever felt in my life.
My fucking nutsack and my thigh are becoming one and the same.
Maybe you should
Basically.
fire.
There's like green. There's like sand in places I didn't knew existed.
That's exactly how it works.
That's what happens when you have a vagina.
Oh, that was mean. Classic. Good.
Damn it, Grover.
Hey, he is from Maine, dude. He likes bearded clams, so.
You should get a dehumidifier. Oh, don't turn it on all the way. That's the life.
Mitchell, to solidify this, I'm gonna move right.
Hey, Firm Tango Mike.
I'd honestly prefer those.
Having such a hard time running because of the fucking elevation we're at.
What is it?
Say that again?
How much ammo you humming right now?
I think I'm at 4 packs right now.
I got 2 extra 200s for you as well, Falter.
Yeah, if I run through my reserves here, I'll be kind of surprised, but you never know.
is 1-2. We're about 600 meters from the objective. We're going to try and bring it in close to about 400 and then see what we got going on from there. Over.
1-6 copies.
1-2 out.
A firm.
Wrong net.
Pretty much all I do right now is just observe and
Watch
play
the
armchair spot
skyline,
lead.
guys.
Wait, did I transfer on the wrong net?
No, it sounded like my net.
Oh, okay.
1-2, this is 1-6.
Send for 1-2, over.
We're less than 200 meters from the edge of the fucking objective here. If you keep on pushing up, you're going to be up in the middle of the objective instead of on one of the long ends.
Roger that, we'll hold it here. I'm going to get 1-2 online, then we're going to assault down to the west.
You need to poke up over the edge and do some recon on this valley before you just start pushing into it.
Roger that, 1-2 out.
One, two. This entire valley is infested with enemies. You need to try to push south and then west to hit these guys from one end so they're not coming up at you from all directions. One, two. This is 1-6. How copy?
1-2 copies.
There's guys over here south-southwest pushing up on us from fairly far away.
Copy that. I see them on the downside of that slope.
Bravo and Grover, I'm with Tabor. Are you coming with us? Copy.
Hey, there's some jerk off further up to like the 221 shooting.
Alright, I guess that went straight through his fucking head.
1-2's moving back south.
Yeah, there's guys down here below us. I don't think those guys are in fucking 40 range. But maybe.
They are. 350.
Alright, let's push back.
One 6 is 1-2. We had 2 stragglers stuck down to the northwest. We're gonna try and get them over.
Wait for the smoke to deploy.
Coming to you.
1-2, you had at least a team worth of guys at the south-southwest. It's probably them shooting now.
Roger that, south-southwest.
Let's move over to that. Okay, they're still across. Jesus Christ. Guys further south.
This is 1-2, I got the 2 stragglers moving back south. Once I get on my alpha team, we're gonna start pushing west.
That's a GMG. Get your guys back fucking east over Defilade. Push further over in these rocks over here.
Roger.
Still moving down there where those guys were closer.
This is 1-2, I got my alpha team set base and fire. My Bravo team's gonna go ahead and move it down to the bottom of the valley west. Over.
1-6 copies.
1-2 out.
Alright, they're pushing away from us. Let's go get caught up. How are you on ammo?
I'm still green.
He's somewhere 206. Can't see him past the tree.
He's up over there, somewhere in that grove. You got eyes on thermal?
No. The fuck is this guy? Let's go with them.
Watch your left. Yep, we're copying, boss.
That's close. That's not. Yeah, he's real close, like 100 meters. He's down.
Ignore him, PV. They're covering us.
Scanning.
No joy.
All right, the one that was shooting is down. Let's keep moving. There are still guys over there where that 40 went off.
Yeah, it's on.
Every single one.
Oh, this is not good. Pushing down one more set of rocks.
Working on it now.
Let's keep moving.
Got guys out in the open to the 325 of Bravo's pause.
Looks like upstairs, northeastern.
Take those 325.
Single shooter dead at the top of the hill. 30 down.
Hey, firm, move up. Looks like we wiped the guys at 330.
1-2. This is 1-6.
Set for 1-2.
Did you identify where that GMG fire was coming from?
Hey, firm. We took the driver, the gunner out. He's still driving around with the driver this time to our north.
Roger, that needs to be your priority. Did he bug out of the valley?
Unknown way one. That gas is completely eliminated this time.
Say again?
The gas was eliminated. The driver and the gunner are dead. It's sitting to our north over.
Roger, make sure you guys are keeping eyes on it in case it gets remounted.
Solid copy. 1-2 out.
One 6 out. Once we get caught up, we're going to link up on their blue fours.
Roger.
Firm.
Roger that, you're good to stay there. As long as you got Overwatch and you can see us.
I gotta cover back to your left.
Bravo, take the fence.
Move over to these rocks.
Bravo's back up. Bravo's back up.
Is there a guy in that window? There's a guy in this window up here.
There was this guy right there.
He's fucking dead on his feet. I cannot see that shooter. Someone saw him. In the tall grass. Push up on the right over here.
Roger.
There's a guy on the fucking front porch over here. I can see his muzzle flash. I lost eyes on him. I think he went inside. Reloading. That team is still up and behind us, right? Southeast.
Hey, firm. They're moving. They're just like 50 meters to our east now.
Roger. Let's keep moving along this ditch.
Havoc 1, this areas.
This is Havoc 1, send traffic.
Be advised, we have intel on a compound to the north of the valley, just at the edge of town, that may be housing more weapons and equipment for Op 4. Over.
This is Havoc 1, Roger, break. There's 5 compounds up at the end of the valley. Can you be more specific?
The closest to the valley, facing south. Over.
Havoc 1 copies, break. 1-2, did you copy?
1-2 copies all.
Roger, let's keep pushing up this valley.
Roger that, we're gonna move out north-northwest.
1-6 out.
The goat cave.
South copy. You guys,
Damn it.
You got eyes on the cache? Where was the cache at?
It's in these rocks.
No, we didn't see it. Oh, it's in there? It's in this building? Or did you just fuck up with red paint on accident? Oh, okay, okay.
How many mags do you have left? I have 4.
I have a lot more than 4. Let me give you some.
We're taking a short
I put 5 more in your bag.
Okay, we're gonna be moving right now. Wait a second, actually.
Hold up, we're splitting up.
Alpha copy, we're gonna start moving northwest now to that area. Alright, we're gonna be taking it out 350. We're moving 350.
Careful, I'm blind on the left up there, so if you're in the...
1-2 is Oscar Mike to the weapons cache compound. Over.
Roger, don't stay in the bottom of this valley. Get up on the side of one of the fucking slopes.
You're clear.
Moving.
1-2 copies, 1-2 out.
Moving.
Grover, next short haul, I'm gonna get your back.
I think you'd like that.
No loot this time. No, I said love. I said loot.
This is 1-2, we're taking contact, close, less than 100 meters from the northwest.
Ooh, okay.
There's a little fucking camp right here.
To our north, about 15-20 meters. Over.
There's friendlies pushing in.
Contact to the north, like I'm putting HE on it.
To the north, up.
Let's move up here and enforce this fucking left flank. These guys just had someone fucking in their lines. Guys, you just had guys 10 feet to your left. There's a...
Where are they?
Contact down.
Still over here with me?
Yeah, I'm right on your right.
Yeah, I'm on you.
Let's push it.
Give me an extra 400.
Cover green. Black on AT.
In this little foothold here.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's fucking on his noggin, eh?
I got 1-6
Close.
down over. Contact front north.
I got the shooter. I got the shooter. Actually, putting the frag out there.
Copy that.
And I'm actually black on frags, but I got you covered.
1-6, 1-2.
Send traffic.
Yep.
Stand up.
1-2, or 1-6, we have located a enemy weapons cache. We're gonna set demo, and then we're gonna move it out to the north to that secondary compound over.
I'm gonna pull back.
Yeah, we got some buildings at 351 there through the bush.
And I'm pushing out to your left here.
Alpha has demo.
Different. One of us.
1-6 copies.
Probably me. 1-2 out.
No, it's
Moving to the medic.
Copy.
Yeah, welcome to Afghanistan.
Okay.
I need medical attention.
Contacts north.
Give me morphine.
You guys good up there?
You're good.
Got a man
I could use some wing.
You alright?
Back up.
Yep. Wing. I could use some.
Solid copy.
Going in. Gonna resupply you as well.
Ready, let's go north.
Thanks.
I think he's dead. You can come down here now. That fucking sucked. We're gonna get out of this fucking...
Contact.
Alright, 1-2.
PG down.
Except for 1-2.
Let's get up out of this fucking low point in the valley. You see why I don't want you down here now.
Roger that. 1-2's moving. One 6 is 1-2. We have demos set on BTM mark 0917. Over.
6 copies.
Are we clear to demo once we get to the top of this hilltop? Over.
Affirmative.
Roger that. 1-2 out.
Do you want me to stick with them or keep moving with you?
You okay?
Yeah, he got me, but I'm dead. He's dead now.
He is too.
How's it going?
Thanks, Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's that?
One 6 is 1-2.
Send it.
That compound BTM mark 0911 has multiple enemies in it. Seems like 2 Urals, so that's possibly where the weapons cache is. We're gonna go ahead and move on at time now. Over.
Alpha has, I got a suspected location of the cache. It's about 300 meters, 315 from left.
16 copies.
1-2 out.
Let's move down here with this other team.
Roger.
Oh, yeah, I see it. You think they're watching that 70s show or something?
Pornhub.
Pushing on the elevation here. I'm maneuvering back the elevation.
Mitchell, you good?
Copy. Got one in a window, 355.
Yeah, right by the Ural A. Yep. Okay.
He's dead. I mean, he should be dead. Or he's missing this bottom row. If he's one or two. I can't see that flocky guy. I think he's at like 338 somewhere there. Behind those trees.
Copy. Are we taking out tires on Urals or no?
That tire ain't wheeling no more.
Fuck no. We'll see that Ural on live PD later for PR photo live PD.
24s no mo.
Oh my god. I'm holding the doorway on the right side. I got the doorway.
He's coming out the door.
Fire in the hole, fire in the hole, fire in the hole.
We got Alpha close as fuck.
I got the door.
I got window. You got my left covered? I don't know if that guy's down. You have ammo?
The guy that poked out of the door, he's dead as fuck. We went up here on this other little fucking lip finger rim.
Roger.
We gotta clear that building.
Obviously into some shit at the moment.
Yeah, they moved fast though, I think.
No, they're looking at the first building.
Okay, I'm keeping door. Oh shit, taking shots from the east maybe?
Looking out that way at it.
Yep, I see him moving over there. North. On the other side. You got movement on the northeast side of the fucking compound here. About 150 meters out.
Northeast, 150 out, copy.
Compound, whatever. I didn't see a minaret tower, damn it. That's the religious building.
I wasn't able to see anything from it anyway.
They're behind that little fucking hill over there.
Passing on your right.
Were you guys told to clear out those guys that I spotted? Hello? What team is over here? What team is this?
Bravo.
Were you told to clear out those guys that I spotted? On the northeast side? Who's the team leader over here? Are you hearing me talk to them?
I think you're on Whisper, Cap.
Yes, sir. I would agree with the sergeant.
Who's the team leader over here?
Kane Mitchell.
Mitchell, you Bravo?
Mitchell, yup.
Just come with me.
Someone's calling for him.
This is 1-6. I'm pushing northeast to where I saw those contacts at.
Copy that. I'll keep an eye on you.
Yeah, those shots are further out up at the next compound. This is 1-6. I'm hearing shots out all the way up to the next compound.
Yeah, from 1-6. That's
we got shooters down place.
There's more over there. See if you can dunk a 40. Pretty fucking looking good. Don't go over there. Don't fucking go over there. They're pushing through the compound.
Hey, Firm, I just want to use Mr. Street.
I don't know where that came from. Get back.
I think it's the same place. Or either at the...
Is that up above us? Is that...
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Friendlies are above you, 1-6.
There it is now.
Alright, they got that two story. Go on, hook and right.
Go ahead, hook it. Yep, green. You guys are green.
Down.
Alright, they clear this building now. Let's get up where that fucking shooter just was. The friendlies... Yeah, they were up there, right? Yeah. Coming in. Two coming up.
One 6 is 1-2, BTM mark 0929 is enemy weapons cache, over.
Roger, make sure you completely clear this compound out.
Roger that, we're still cleared at this time. Over.
1-6 copies.
1-2 out.
Go. Gotta go now. Somebody gets crossing.
Bandaging over he was a second.
I'm with you.
That's north.
We need to quit trying to shoot through the fucking bushes, through the branches. We're deflecting our shots. Let's move back out to where we were.
Copy.
Oh, there's people in that 2-3.
ArmA walked anyways.
Put another 40 over there. Are you hearing a Vic? There's a wall over here.
Gas!
Gas to the north.
Roger that, gas.
You okay?
Gunner down in the gas.
Alright, if you got demo set on this cache and the cache is our objective, it's time to start getting the fuck out of here.
Roger, we're setting it right now. We're moving out. Oscar Mike in about a mic.
That's a BTR. Got ears on a BTR pushing up on us from where that gas just came from.
Hey, firm, we got eyes on. We're trying to pull out from the southeast.
Hit it with some fucking DP if you can. Popping smoke. It's moving back up slope.
I'm out of HEDP.
Did that shot hit?
Displacing back to the southeast.
Unknown.
Let's push through this yellow smoke over here. Get back in the comp. It's 1-6. I'm hurt. Did you get that guy who was fucking shooting at me?
Negative, he's still in front of us in the reeds.
Let's pick him up if we can. Let's keep moving. We're just gonna keep moving southeast. Get out.
Frag out.
We're still on our way southeast. We're out of town.
I'm gonna pop another smoke, wait for it to deploy, and go over the wall.
Copy.
So, we got the mic here. We're picking up Alpha real quick.
160. Still need medical attention.
I need morphine. We're about to jump over the wall at this yellow smoke.
Roger.
Going.
Oh my god.
Language. I can't see that guy from out here. Did he hit you? Alright, let's keep going. Let's peek out.
I'm gonna check the balcony real fast.
Yeah.
Got nothing up here. Coming back down.
Alright, the exit's right here.
We're moving. We'll give you medical once we get to the fucking hilltop.
Arch, I got him. I got him. Just
Copy
fucking
that, copy
pick it
that.
up. We need to get the fuck out of here.
Covering.
I'm watching you as well.
Motherfucker, dude.
He was by that truck. I think he's down now.
He's down. Yeah, he threw a nade. Shoot to the northwest. Let's fucking go. Yeah, we're getting him up right now.
Alpha, I need your CLS. Bravo, I need your CLS.
Arch, I'm gonna do CPR. on
Yeah,
you.
I got 1-6.
Oh, disregard Bravo. Still bleeding.
What the hell?
Yep. Well,
Left-
I gotta fuck
left
off
leg,
'cause my
stand by to
battle
push
buddy
meds
keeps
on him.
ditching me.
Stand back.
He's good. Push.
Push it.
Moving back southeast.
Moving.
There's a whole squad out to the west.
As soon as all your guys are out of that compound, blow it. Maybe you'll be able to take some of them out.
Copy that. Fire the hole. Fire the hole. Fire the hole.
They got guys up this fucking alley right here.
Copy that. I'm finishing bandaging.
Moving up the fucking ditch.
This is 1-2. We break in contact, broke into contact, and we're moving southeast time now.
Be advised that Mark's going to still be on the hillside to the west. Continue moving.
Yeah.
Alright, you can hold it exclusive.
Fuck that.
Doesn't seem like they're chasing us either, for whatever reason.
I think we're gonna go for it.
Cutting up slope 09 if you're on. Yeah, we can move, whatever ship our requirements we got out of this.
I got like 6 by the way.
That sounds like a lot.
I think all I got left is belt niches, just so you know.
Probably about
1-6 is being engaged by 1-6 like a skin, so we're still continuing movement southeast.
Yeah, this is 1-6. I noticed that.
Roger, it was a little hard to miss. 1-2 out.
What up?
Moving.
We're over there. What it do, baby boo? Alright, I'm gonna move.
Going up to your pause.
Copy 140.
Fucking A. 85? Jesus Christ.
Let's go another 4 hours.
Yeah, my trigger control is usually really good, but the last two /ops trainings have not been great.
That's what she said.
But it's not like I'm not killing anything. It's not suppressive fire.
I could chuck a couple your way if we need, but you should be fine.
1-6-1-2 interrogative. Do you know how far we need to pull back? Over.
This is 1-6. Stand by. Out. Aries, this is Havoc 1-6 on Freak 110 over.
Send it.
It's Havoc 1, be advised, our mission is complete. We are exfilling from our AO to the south. Over.
Roger that. Rally up in the valley to the southeast on Green Smoke.
1-6 copies out. 1-2, you copy that?
1-2 copies all.
1-6 out. Touch off the charges before we left, you dinguses. Remember when I told him to touch off the charges? And hopefully he'll take some of them with him, and then, you know, the subsequent explosions.
Yeah, okay, cool. Just want to make sure I'm...
Alright, who needs medical?
The brain. The bat, probably everyone.
The Batway.
Oh, they already did that paper.
Over here, Captain.
Condition 3.
Move us to that fucking hill at the ambush site. Hill 1715.
Roger, sir.
I'm off comms, 30 seconds.
Asthma.
Captain wants to congratulate us.
Where the fuck are we?
Oh, ambush. So we're on the top of the hill.
I can't see anything from here.
No, this is 1750 right by the ambush point. Yeah, the road's straight east.
Move southeast.
There's a Vix.
Oh, they're not deleted.
No, I just delete the bodies, just in case. So that way, if you guys happen to come back to an area, you'll still see the carcasses of all the shit you've blown up.
But I like to see bodies.
No, bodies destroy the server.
The lag, yeah. The lag is unreal.
Where's Leroy at?
Hi.
He was here. Fucking cunt. You are a cunt. I hate you.
Why is you a cunt?
You lose.
Go die in a hole. You kept taunting me, Jacob.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, every time. I shot him in the head instantly.
Every time.
I know. I got in a fucking brawl with you in a house.
Yep, I did.
You fucked me up. You pre-fired me, you asshole.
Well, that's what you get.
Hand munitions, son.
But I tried to do it to Tabor, and he fucking wiped the floor with me. That was impressive.
Were you the guy that
Sergeant
fucking
Carroll
threw
got
the nade
naded.
at me?
Probably.
I'm a gamer, what can I say?
Fuck you.
I only threw like a couple that entire mission, so that might have been directed at you.
I got destroyed at the end.
You ran in the wrong direction.
All right, Captain, you want to start us off?
Well, I knew that house was behind.
Hey, everybody get down.
Okay, I'll start us off. All right, well, overall, I think you guys did really fucking good. The ambush itself was pretty solid. You did miss the lost shot on the BTR, just so you're aware. But and I thought for sure I was going to be able to drive right on past that demo block you set, and I kind of almost did. I got like maybe 5 meters past it, and it still fucking was able to kill me. So
You're welcome.
Thanks for that. But with that said, you still had that second one down slope, so that one could have caught me too. So, but that went well. The transport Vix got just demolished. So, and they were fully manned with soldiers. So good on that. The only issue I had, which you guys corrected, because I was waiting for you guys to correct it yourselves, and then you weren't doing it, was that Falter. Sorry to call you out, bud, but you were on that front face, like right here. You can see it from right here, right? You were on that front face of that hill, and they would have been able to see you the second they came up on this road. So.
Are you saying you saw me or the trenches?
Well, you and the trenches.
Oh.
I know you were trying to go low, but I did screenshot you actually, and I saw you from road level.
Fair enough.
But in any case, you fixed that, and the actual ambush went pretty well. Sorry for the janky vehicles. It's just
the convoys are really bad in areas.
Yeah, just ArmA. So, but I guess we can break the debrief up into parts. So that's all I had for the convoy part or the ambush part. Yeah.
What did we end up doing once we got up here?
Displacing.
Yeah. Who was the first to notice that?
Mike.
Did anyone else notice that position before he said something about it and just didn't say anything?
What, this ridgeline that we ended up taking?
The one down there.
Yeah, from I mean, I know the team lead and Carol noticed it. They had good rock cover, so.
So why didn't you say something about it? Why'd the mic have to be the one to say something about it?
No, you must have picked it up first. I was on the north side, to be fair, of this downslope.
Well, the question is, were you going to say something about it? Were you going to say, hey, that hilltop over there looks better, it's got eyes?
I was actually going to recommend this one, but I didn't know if my render distance was set up high enough to see rocks or something. But I suppose it is not.
Well, that's the one I originally said to go from, but
Yeah,
you can see over there. You can see over there that there's no rock cover over there either. So that hilltop was the right call. I saw it. I was waiting to see if someone said something about it, and someone did. And what did I say the second you said that?
That's a much better option.
I said who said that because I was waiting. And it was your medic. So, team leads, if you see a better option, you need to send that shit up.
Copy.
And yeah, you need to think about your positioning, like Sergeant Munson said. Sergeant Munson, next time you should probably take the enemies off careless so they actually shoot back.
Yeah, I apologize, sir. I don't know what happened with that, but
you didn't take them off careless, so they didn't shoot back.
Yeah. Sorry.
Easy. They were scared shitless, as we could say.
All right, that's all I have for that portion.
All right, Roger. So, all right. So as far as the movement to the valley from here, that went pretty well. You guys took a really good route, a really smart route, because I actually had the bulk of the enemy forces in the kind of valley to the west, which I was like, they might take that because technically that's the quickest route. So if they take that, they're gonna have to fight a lot more shit. But you guys took the smart route and kind of came up on the map. Oops. Not exactly like that. Kind of like that, sort of. And so, good decision on that. The only issue I saw with this whole portion was there were about 6 mines on this entire ridge and on the opposite ridge as well, just scattered across at different points, the tripwire kind. Corporal Jacobs saw one of them and didn't say anything to anybody as far as I'm aware.
Oh,
and you got,
he called it up. And
well, I never heard it on PlatoonNet. And
damn sure didn't let me know.
Yeah, I almost saw Captain Drumheller die about 2 times on that ridge line because he just almost smoked one as he was following you guys in. And you guys too, I got like 4 screenshots of you guys just missing them by a hair. So I'm honestly amazed that you guys didn't blow yourselves up several times. But that's just one of those things where we have to communicate because that could have been a major issue on a platoon and task force level where multiple people could have had mass gases, and it all came down to one soldier seeing it and it not making its way up. So,
my fault on that one, sorry.
Roger. So just be aware of that, and kind of let that eat at you for a minute, because it seriously could have been really, really bad. But this is training, so that's what it's for. As far as the actual assault into the valley, that went really well. So you guys knocked out that gas gunner pretty damn quick. You knocked out the marksman I had ticking away at you. And yeah, you pushed your way up. I thought I put the ammo cache in a pretty cheeky area where you'd kind of just run right up on top of it and not expect it.
That was
with all
scary
the
as fuck.
Yep, with all the guys in it. So I thought that was pretty dope, and you guys fucking just blew up everybody in there instantly with 40s or frags. I'm not sure which, but it was really, really good on your assault in there. So yeah, that portion went really well, and I got really nothing else to say about that. Captain, do you have anything to say about that part?
Yeah, what was the problem with the route?
There wasn't. It was a really good route.
No, there was a problem. I said what it was while we were moving. That's a question for the squad leader.
We had, or thank you, Captain. We had walked pretty much too far in to just cut west down into the middle of the objective, pretty much.
The spot you were talking about cutting west down was about right here, and there were enemies. There were enemies over here. There were enemies right here. So, if there were enemies up here, and there were enemies in here, and there were enemies right here, what are they gonna do?
Envelop us.
Right. Instead, like I said, if you had come in from a different / better angle, so getting eyes from, maybe try to get eyes from here, and then poke up and try again, maybe from here. And at that point, you would have seen that there were guys up there and over here and down here. And then you could have said, okay, now maybe we can swing back and attack or do something, but make it so we don't get enveloped. And we caught that soon enough that it didn't happen. But it was still that's still a consideration you need to make. What was the mistake we made in the valley?
Spending too much time in the valley.
Not necessarily. Our movement through the bottom of the valley, we were staying on the valley floor. What did that end up causing?
Contacts to shoot down onto us.
Yep, we didn't have any eyes out. We were down. We only had visibility about 50 meters in either direction, and those guys were able to push straight up on us. And that was about a minute, 2 minutes after I said, get your guys pushed further up. It didn't matter which side, but move along. God damn it. Move along the upslope on one of the sides so you have better eyes across to the other slope, and you have decent, probably not good eyes further upslope, as opposed to being down in the middle where you have no eyes in either direction. There were some good 40s being shot in there, so that was good. Another thing, towing the line on realism is still breaking immersion. Like if you're dancing around that line, you're still doing it. Like talking about how I'm coming over to your house after this, or it's so hot and humid out here. Guys, we're in a freaking arid environment. So I don't know if you're talking about it's hot and humid where you're at, and then you realize you were breaking immersion, and you tried to make it seem like you weren't, but it's too late at that point. Like, think about what you're fucking saying. Because it's still immersion, even in fucking... if you're doing a training in fucking mission style. You copy?
Yes, sir.
Copy. Okay.
That's all I had.
All right, thank you, sir. Yeah, so I didn't realize what you were talking about, but yeah, the cut Captain talked about, you tried to make kind of halfway down that ridge. Yeah. Another thing to think about. Make sure you're aware of enemy positioning and don't let yourself get pincered like that. But all right. As far as the actual assault on the final compound, it went pretty good. There was just a couple issues. The first issue was I don't know what team it was, but there was a team kind of holding outside, like I don't know here, which was okay for maybe a few minutes, but honestly, I was expecting because the other breach team ended up like over here, I think, if that's the right compound. Um, and then basically, once they started breaching, I wish the second team would have either pushed to the other side here, or I don't know, got up over here, something to better protect the breaching team, or at least assist them in the breach, because you guys over here uh, couldn't necessarily see a ton. Sergeant Carroll.
Thank you, Sergeant. That call was on me. My thought process during that was because of the town to the north and the town to the west. I wanted to keep a team outside of the compound just to make sure we weren't going to get walked up on. But you're right, I did keep them out there just a little too long. Once we had gotten into the compound, we started taking casualties, and at that point, I was completely focused on the casualties and the situation at hand inside the compound. But they ended up moving on their own accord. I don't know if that was a decision by the captain or by Mitchell, but that was my thought process.
It wasn't for me because I was trying to talk to them and they were not responding.
Roger.
Yep, copy that, Carol. Yeah, no, I mean, I understand like your thought process, like having one one toe in and out, if that makes sense, or 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the AO, so to speak, because then you could also use them as a pivot point to get the breach team back out. Um, so I get it if that was the intent. But yeah, I mean, it's a tricky situation. There's not necessarily the perfect answer, but I still think it may have been more optimal to uh, help secure the north flank or something. But either way, the breach went pretty damn good. You guys were pretty good. There was a little bit of sloppiness as far as the actual mout. There were a few guys that were I put them in some really tricky areas and some windows and some balconies and stuff like that. And there were a couple times where, I shot you guys in the back or shot you from a really cheeky angle. And it's just because you guys were trying to go kind of quick, it seemed like, and you kind of, like I said, were getting sloppy. So that might be a focus for next week, but we need to slow down, check all these angles and these danger areas, and actually lock them down and check them before proceeding to another danger area. So, yeah. After that, you guys found the cache, set demo, and then I sent a wave of crazy op4 at you, and you surprisingly fucking murdered the Gaz almost instantly. Partially decrewed the BTR with a 40, which I was like, really? The first fucking 40 killed the driver. So I had to take the gunner, get in the driver's seat, drive it somewhere else, and then get back in the gunner seat. And so you guys were super hot on that, and that was really fucking good. So I had to just send more shit because it was like, God damn, I need you guys to get the fuck out of here. And I need to pressure you a little bit. So I did shoot you guys a little bit more than usual to get some casualties, get the fire burning a little bit, and put some pressure on you. And you guys did really, really well. Maybe could have been a little faster, but you guys got out, got your casualties up and out, and completed the raid. So, and then you somehow made it out of the AO again without hitting a single fucking mine. I don't know how, but you did. And yeah, that's all I had on that part, Captain.
Just remember, if you're intentionally giving casualties, it's going to slow down how long it takes someone to get out. So, saying at the same time, I intentionally gave you casualties to get you moving, but then it took you too long to get moving is counterproductive, oxymoronic.
Oxymoron.
So.
Roger, sir.
you know, that was a lot of pressure, and we did call, hey, let's get the fuck out of here. So I don't know if that was when you had already been doing that or what, but I got hit twice, 3 times on the way out, and that slowed us down.
Yep. No, I understand, sir. I was just trying to put him under a little bit of heavy pressure, but I understand.
That's all I had.
All right. So, Alpha, do you have anything?
Thank you, Sergeant. No, I think everything went pretty well. I probably should have made some better movement calls, as far as in the valley, because I was really trying to push north farther because we had a good ridgeline. But yeah, that was a better call to push back south and wrap around. I looked at the map as we were doing it, and I was like, oh yeah, shit, we would have been in a pretty deadly crossfire. So that's really all I had to comment on, and that was pretty much self-critique. Everything else went really well, I think. I think we did a good job, and thanks to the fill-ins on my team.
Roger. Sorry, Sergeant Carroll. I honestly forgot.
No,
for a
you're
second.
good.
So go ahead.
Thank you. I thought everything went well, all things considered. I'm not really used to having to talk on the platoon net, obviously. So I apologize, Captain, for that. That was probably a real pain in the ass to listen to. As far as the movement goes and everything with the squads, I thought it went fairly well. There was a lot of decisions made on the fly that I didn't really have to tell you to do. That, you know, stuff that I would do as a team lead. It's good to see, especially being up here squad leading. So I do appreciate that, and you know, keep that up in the future. That's all I had, Sergeant. Thank you.
Roger. And just to touch on your squad leading, it was pretty damn good. There were a couple things that we can talk about later if you want, but just minor. But mostly it was kind of radio stuff. I know it's kind of informal squad training, you know, so it's kind of difficult to gauge how much traffic you should be sending or not sending. So I get that, but so maybe that's all it was, is you weren't sure what's actually important in this sort of scenario.
Yeah, that was some of the times on the radio, and I even told Twain this. We're just walking, and I'm like, I feel like I should be saying stuff on the radio, but there's nothing to say.
Nope. The only time you need to send something up is when you make a major shift in movement, or you come under new contact, or like an enemy force multiplier. So moving to begin with, you need to send on the radio. Making a big shift, like if you're moving east and then you're shifting north, that you don't even necessarily have to send up, but that's not going to hurt. And major enemy forces. So like when you popped over that ridgeline, and I don't know if you scan with thermals. Are you carrying thermals?
Negative, Captain.
Well, that's another mistake. Should have had thermals. You would have been able to see down in that valley what I saw down in the valley, which was about 2 platoons worth of enemies from the south end to the north end. And you'd have been like, maybe this isn't the best place to go in right in the middle. But yeah, then you call that up, hey, we see a fuck ton of enemies down here, and then, you know, like the gas and the BTR and stuff like that. But if you're in constant contact, you don't need to keep calling out new little things, but like calling out the cache that we ran over, and calling out the BTR, calling out the gas, stuff like that.
Roger.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, so another thing too, just to keep in mind on a platoon level, is you'll also, and this is kind of for everybody, it's important for everybody to know, just in general, but on a platoon level, communication-wise, you're going to play off the other squads and the kind of the tempo of the platoon itself, and it will all click together if and when you do get on that level. So it makes a lot better sense, and it's a lot easier to understand once you actually train on a platoon level. So, but anyway, other than that, the actual direction of your teams was pretty damn good. And yeah, we can talk more in depth about it later, just for some finer detail stuff. But overall, is really good. And then Bravo.
Thanks, Sergeant. Overall, I think we did pretty good as well. Going back to these rocks over here, when we first walked up here, I think several of us called out.
Mitchell's yelling.
including the
Mitchell.
Oh, That better?
Affirm.
Thanks again, Sergeant. Going back to these rocks over here, when we first got up here, several of us, including Mike and myself, called those rocks out. I had pointed it out and told my guys to go ahead and move that direction, called it up to the team lead, and he agreed, and we moved in that direction. So I had mentioned it several times, Captain. I don't think you heard me or anything, so I just went ahead and moved on it. So that was how we got over there. But other than that, I think we did pretty good.
All right, Roger. Okay. Mike, do you have anything?
Nothing from me. I think the squad did pretty good. Calling up casualties and responding to casualties, so nothing from me. Thank you, Sergeant.
All right, thanks, Special Swang. And then anybody, General Caesar Q's, comments about how we did, areas to improve. I'm kind of talking to fill in people. Well, we only really have 2 or 3, but.
I got one thing, Sergeant.
Sergeant Arch, go for it.
It was during the initial assault on the final compound. Captain and myself, we were with the Overwatch element. I believe it was Bravo, and Alpha was moving ahead. And whoever the Grenadier was, he noticed a contact in a building, and he said I could put a 40 on that, but I'm not going to because Alpha's moving up on that. I just wanted to commend you for noticing that, because it would have been very easy from that position, since we had such high elevation, to just not kind of have that situational awareness that your sister fire team is moving in, and that 40 might have inflicted some damage on them. So just kudos to that. Great job keeping up that situational awareness. Thank you, Sergeant.
That was Specialist Tabor. Bravo's Grenadier.
That guy was shit hot tonight, Tabor. Goddamn.
Hey, firm.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I want to say again, you guys did overall really fucking good. I think that there are other squads that may have not been able to handle that as well as you guys did. So I commend you for that, especially that situational awareness thing you brought up. I will say our squad is pretty damn good on that front. Sometimes we fucking drop the ball hard though, so we need to just work on bringing that level up to a really, really high average and not have any goofy issues like that pop up where we're not at that level. But yeah, anybody else before I dismiss anybody? Everybody, excuse me. Okay, let me get attendance. So just wait one. Okay, you guys are.
Can we drop down to your channel?
Sure thing. Oh, thanks, guys. Thank the course for filling in. I'm gonna go down now, Nips.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. I will not
Thanks for
be
having me on
back
too. Have a nice
tonight.
night, guys.
Have a good one, Arch.
Next guaranteed ArmA stream is Wednesday at 9 p.m.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna manage to sneak that convoy past them, man. I pulled the det plug, and it's like I saw it glitch and jumped forward about 50 meters, and I'm like, fuck.